Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing today? No, this is not a vlog. This is not a vlog. This is kind of a stream of consciousness of how my life works every single day. So, I had just filmed a video for my booktube channel and I was uploading it. Alex came home from an appointment and so he was heating some food up and he's sitting inside and he's watching a show. So I thought, well, I'm gonna go outside and get some fresh air. So I was sitting out here. I just made myself some iced coffee. So cheers to you. And I was just drinking some iced coffee, and then I was reading my newest Margaret Wrinkle book, which is called Late Migrations. For those of you that do not know, I've talked about it, I feel like, on every single one of my channels. But last month, I read the newest book by Margaret Wrinkle, which is called The Comfort of Crows. And so I love that book so much. It's 52 weeks in nature from her own backyard. And so it's just basically stories of her life all told through the lens of her looking at the birds in her yard and the fox in her yard, the squirrels, and how she keeps her garden, and that she keeps a messy garden, and she's kept it. Anyway, she talks a lot about her garden and the trees that they've planted, and you know, the nesting of birds, and she has bird nest boxes and all this kind of stuff. And but she tells stories of her life through the lens of what she sees in nature. So it's not just about gardening and birds and things like that. And the book has just so centered me and brought me so much peace and serenity in the last month. Whenever I've read it, I feel so calm when I'm reading it. And so I ordered 2 more of her books, and one of them is called Late Migrations, A Natural History of Love and Loss. And it's told in a very, very similar manner to The Comfort of Crows. So The Comfort of Crows was actually, the way I found out about it was that it was the Reese Witherspoon book for September, because Margaret Wrinkle was actually, is there a picture in here anywhere? No, her picture's not. Margaret Wrinkle was actually the school teacher of Reese Witherspoon, and that was why she picked the book. And when I first saw it come up, I was like, oh, could you pick a thriller? Like, I'd rather have a thriller, you know? And so anyway, instead, oh, there is a picture of her in the back here. So this is Margaret Wrinkle in the back. I'm forever grateful for Margaret Wrinkle. And so, so I ordered some more of her books, and I was actually going to wait till the summer to read them. And then I was standing there trying to pick out my March books. If you guys want to know what books I'm reading for the month of March, go over to my booktube channel. I did a whole video the other day talking about what my March reads are going to be. And I was standing there that night, and I was like, you know, why wait till this summer? You know, I'm not trying to put things off. I'm trying to live in the moment and things like that. And I was like, if her previous book brought you so much peace and serenity and joy, why not read it now? And so I picked up Late Migrations. And it's really the story of her grandmother. So A Comfort of Crows is 52 weeks. It starts in winter and it ends at the end of fall, of her just looking at her life at her age now. I believe she's close to my age. Retiring, and her children having moved out of the house, all from the perspective of, she compares it to nature, and I loved it. And so this one is really the story of the beginning of her life, and it's the story of like her great-grandmother's passing, and her grandmother's birth, and her mother's birth, and her birth, and then her like getting married and raising children, all through the lens of nature as well. It's fantastically done, and her voice and the style reminds me a lot of Harper Lee of To Kill a Mockingbird. So, you know, every day I get up, I do my prayers and my meditations, and I read, you know, positive affirmations every single day, like I do on my Peterisms channel. And so I sit out here and I read those, and then I usually go and pick some book and just kind of like try to read it for a little bit. And so I was sitting out here reading it, and I was reading it, I was like looking at the tree out there that I showed you guys yesterday, if you watched my video from yesterday where I took a walk in the neighborhood, and I was like, you know what, I need to put some more squirrel food out there. So I wanted to show you guys the squirrel stuff that I bought last year, that I think I used the food like maybe once, if I even use that, but the food that I got for the squirrels, and I actually looked it up to see like what was the best squirrel food. Here, you know what I need to do? Is I need a little thumbnail. Well, I'm actually probably going to go out to the tree, so, but maybe we can use this as a thumbnail if not, because I have a new squirrel table. Okay, so the squirrel food that I bought last year is this stuff called 442 Wild, and it is 40% protein mix, 40% whole corn, and 20% sweet persimmon pellets. And I looked it up, and this is supposedly like the best wild squirrel food for like our area. And so on the back here, I will show you. It shows you like how to put it like in a little like birdhouse up in a tree and stuff like that. So the thing is, okay, when I was reading the book, I usually put the food out in the summer. I don't even know, like, this is such common sense. I don't even know why it didn't occur to me. But I usually get real excited to put like the squirrel food and the bird feed. I didn't really do it last summer or the year before. But if you guys remember back in the day, I got real excited about the picnic table, the squirrel picnic table and stuff like that. And the squirrels like ate like crazy off of it, and the birds came and everything. But when I was reading the book, one of the things that she said is that she doesn't really feed the animals in her yard so much in the summer because they have natural resources to eat from. But in the winter, is when she feeds them, and she has like a heated bird bath and things like that all the animals drink out of, which I want to get for next year. And so I was like, you know what, I just read the book and I was like, I've got to start feeding the animals outside while it's still cold. Well, the birds are chirping, spring's coming back, it's in the 40s today, so it's not as cold as it was, but I still want to put this out there. So this year I am planning to get like bird feeders and all this kind of stuff. I'm really, really excited about it. I'm loving this. One of the fun, interesting facts that I thought of, or that I found out while I was reading this book, which is also common sense, is that she's talking about the scouring of acorns that, from different kinds of trees, that that squirrels do, and that there's a way that squirrels, if you guys watch a lot of squirrel videos, you probably know this, but I didn't know this. And you know I love squirrels. I love Thumbelina the squirrel. I love wild squirrels. So anyway, Squirrel Boxes is one of my favorite Instagram accounts. And so one of the things she talks about is how that like squirrels forget where they put their acorns, but they'll take an acorn and then they'll dig it a specific way in the yard or in the ground, and then they'll dig the acorn and cover it back up so that they can come back for it later. But sometimes they forget where they put, this is so cute, sometimes they forgot where they put the acorn, and so then the acorn turns into a tree, which is why we've seen trees throughout nature spread different places, a lot of times, often because of squirrels. Not always, obviously, but because of squirrels often. And she's talking about like that squirrels spread, you know, trees into different areas and things like that. So anyway, so this is the feed that I got. And it says right here, how does it work? Wild Range Reach, a unique potent combination of flavors and aromas attracts for miles while masking a human scent. Long-lasting scent, odor-controlled resealable packaging keeps pellets fresh for reuse while eliminating waste. So this is the one, somebody actually I think recommended this to me when I was talking about it online, and this is the one that I got. Okay. Then I bought last year, because the squirrel picnic table that I had before is so warped and so bent from leaving it out there in the winter and stuff like that. And so I got a new squirrel picnic table. I think I got it on Etsy. Got a new squirrel picnic table, which is darker in wood, and I love it. This one's a little bit different, okay? So if you can see in the middle, there's like there's an area where you put a screw. So I haven't done that yet. But what you do is it has this like little screw thing that's like, has like this rubber safety thing that you put on it. And then in the middle of it, what you do is you put one of these, you can see it has like the different animals on here. You put these mini pops, okay, these little horns on here. And so then what you do for the squirrel table is you put it like on this little like safety thing, and then the squirrels will like, they nibble off of it and stuff like that. So I'm gonna fix this in the next couple of days to put in, it has different horns in here and stuff like this. I'm so excited about it. She doesn't talk about the squirrel picnic tables in her books. I think she's far advanced from the squirrel picnic tables. So today I wanted, so those are the things that I got, and I have like 2 or 3 bird feeders inside. I usually hang them in, hold on a second, I want to sip this coffee. I usually hang them out back because one year I said something about, well, I had bought, I think it's the nursery that's up the street, Sullivan's Nursery. I cannot find it. It's in a bag somewhere, but I bought this huge like hanging thing. I think it's like a Christmas star that I was gonna put out at the winter time. And it's like bird seed and all this kind of stuff. And so I was gonna hang it from the tree, and my husband said, okay, that's great, so that all the birds are gonna like poop up and down our walkway and whatever when they come again. And I was like, oh, and now I don't care. Now I don't care, because I'm just like, you know what, I'm leaving a messy garden for next year. Messy trees. I just want the birds and the animals and everything to just like fully enjoy what we have around here, and I want to supply for them. So I was like, you know what, I got to go put some more feed out there at the tree, because last time I put it out there and it was out there for a couple days. I don't have like a special, until I have like a special squirrel feeder and stuff like that. All I'm doing is putting it on the what do you call it, the back deck. I put it on the what do you call it, the around the back deck. And then I'm putting it on the ground and the branches up there. And for a couple days, they didn't eat at it. And then the next last time I went and looked, it was gone. That was the video that I showed you yesterday. So I thought we would go out and feed the squirrels just on this little tree out there. I think I'm actually gonna spread some other places. But then I was talking about how like there's corn and stuff in here. Like will corn stalks like grow in my yard? And people on my vlog were like laughing so hard, and they're like, oh, I've had that happen in my garden, you know, like where I put like squirrel food and bird food down, that like whole like corn has grown from there. So he's coming down the street. Okay, so we're gonna see, I'm gonna see what happens. Hold on, let me turn this down so I can take you guys with me for the ride. And we are going to go and feed some squirrels. Can we just talk about this for a second? So they are painting our walls this summer. Oh, they're painting the houses this summer. And so they had to go in here. I showed this on my vlog. They had to go in here to see, like, this is my neighbor's garage. They had to go in there and see how, like, bad the wood is. So I left one day, and our wall looked, like, completely fine, like this wall. But I came home, and you can see where they peeled off paint to test and see how bad it is. They are not coming out here until July or August to paint the rest of this. So this is gonna look like this till July or August, I guess. My cousin pulled up the other day and she goes, are they really leaving it like that till July or August? I said, I think they are. So, okay. People are real upset about how the landscaping looks. I'm like, well, it's just March right now. So what I'm gonna do is, you can see there's kind of a little bit of remains there. I'm just gonna put it kind of around there, and then I'm also gonna put it on the branches of the tree. So I'm just gonna, hold on a second. Oh, let me see how to do this. Where should I put you guys? Somebody laughed at the fact that I said, first of all, somebody said, why would you name a stick? Okay, in my video yesterday, I'm putting up somebody said in my video yesterday, they said, I held up a stick and I said, I wouldn't usually name this stick. And somebody said, why would you name a stick? I think a better question is, why would you not name a stick? I name everything. I literally name everything, from chairs to blankets to everything. I name everything. And then somebody said something about they had a rock. I love this story so much. This is like the kind of stuff that like I could sit and talk about it for hours. So whoever you are that left this comment, you warmed my heart. They said that they had a rock that they had named, and that then I think somebody moved and they lost the rock or something like that. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. It's getting a little bit nicer, huh? Well, you're all bundled up in your scarf and stuff.
I'm cold.
Well, warm up. Enjoy your walk. Okay, so here is the seed. That might be my thumbnail. I keep on thinking I see something. I keep on thinking I see an animal moving. I will show you what it is in just a second. So I'm gonna put this, okay, just like sprinkle it in around here on the branches. It's all falling to the floor, to the ground. Okay. I just like to think of them sitting like in the trees. We'll put some over here. We'll put some right here behind you guys. Oh, it's all falling down. Okay, well then we'll just put it on the ground. My husband has allowed me to fully embrace. My husband has allowed me to. My husband has allowed me to fully embrace. He doesn't care. He's like, you know what? Just enjoy yourself. He's like, if being in nature and animals makes you happy, then that's what you need to do. So there, we've got, the feed's not really staying on the branches the way that it did last time. I don't know why, but, so here, I'll show you what I did. Then I'm gonna show you why I'll show it to you first. I keep on thinking that something is moving out of the corner of my eye. And, oh, here, I'm gonna show you why. Because my neighbor has these things down here to stop weeds from growing. Here, I'll move this over for her. So this thing keeps on blowing, and it scares the hell out of me because I see it and I think it's like a black cat or something moving, which just reminded me of the song Black Cat by Janet Jackson. Okay, so here, I put it around the edge. You can see there's a lot of food around the edges now. And then I put it on the branches. We'll put some over here on the branches over here. Well, there's just one branch over here. There we go. I love this tree so much. Let me just tell you a little history about this tree, okay? Somebody else loved when I said I could be swinging on a tree. So we had a huge tree when we moved in here. That was here when my mom lived here. And lightning hit the tree. And the tree, I'm trying to think of how to show you how high the tree is. Okay, so the tree at that time was like how high that tree is, do you see? And so, thankfully, when the tree got hit, one side went down that way on her driveway, one side went down that way. Could have gone right into her house and didn't. So, they ended up giving us a little tree. The tree that they gave us was like 3 feet high. And I remember that her grandma used to come by and say, you need to water the tree, don't forget to water the tree. And I'd say, okay, and I would water the tree. And that year it was so small, and everybody was like, that tree cost the HOA $150, and they would say all this stuff to us, and I'd be like, okay. So they went on and on and on about this tree. So I hung one of those like big red bulbs off the tree, like Charlie Brown's Christmas tree. And now look at our tree, how big it's grown. And Boo Radley used to love this tree. So towards the end, oh, there's my neighbor right there. I would come out here and I'd say, Boo Radley, this is your tree. And I said, you come and visit me at this tree. So I love this tree so much. I'm feeding the squirrels. My neighbor is laughing at me right now.
Yeah.
You need to be laughing at you and your crazy ass dog over there.
No.
I'm trying to make a sweet video here.
With your tree?
Look, I'm
Are
feeding
you putting birdseed out?
squirrel stuff.
Oh, God, Peter.
You need to worry about, this is what you need to worry about is right here.
All the dogs off.
You need to worry about this. Number one. Number two.
You have to tamp that down.
Number two, you need to worry about. She used to complain about the dogs barking in the neighborhood.
Still am. Still complaining about Buddy.
Yeah, let me tell you who's the biggest barker in the neighborhood.
Buddy.
Her, right there. Her.
It is not her.
Do you want to come say? Do you want to say come hi again in my video? Since you are we counting down the days till the pool opens?
Yeah, do you know the countdown?
I do. I have it on my phone, but I have it right here.
Show them how cute Moo is. Look how cute.
Aww. I said yesterday in my video, I said you were trying to train her, so you take her on like 4 or 5 walks a day.
Yeah, and then she does this on camera.
She's actually really a good girl.
Yeah,
She's a good girl. Have we got the mail yet? Has the mail come?
No, I don't think so.
You know that you're getting old when you ask your neighbors who are 31. Has the mail come yet? Have a nice walk, sweetie. So the squirrels are fed, and I will keep you guys updated on the future of the squirrels. And if you have any suggestions for bird feeders or squirrel feeders and stuff like that, I also want to get a bunch of pollinators this year as well if you know what a pollinator is. My neighbor across the street taught us. So let me know in the comment section below. I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow.